8 strange abandoned places in the world. 1. Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia, USA. Originally built in 1829, this jail in Philadelphia was once the most expensive prison in the world. It had an opulent design, contemporary amenities, and infamous prisoners. Strict discipline and striking architecture were combined in one of the first prisons ever constructed to encourage repentance and change in the minds of prisoners. The complex, which was shut down in 1971, has collapsed into a collection of dilapidated cell blocks that are now designated as a National Historic Landmark. The Eastern State Penitentiary welcomes guests all year round. 2. Lee Plaza Hotel, Detroit, USA. The once opulent Lee Plaza Hotel is now exposed with no windows. It is only one of the several abandoned locations in Detroit that testify to the startling downfall of a significant American city. Once at the epicenter of a growing auto industry, Detroit's early affluence was gradually undermined by a series of blows from economic recessions, foreign competition, and race riots. Now, a startling 60% of the city's peak population has left, leaving a living example of urban degradation in their wake. 3. Winchester Mystery House, California, USA. This opulent and quirky Victorian estate in California is a labyrinth of hidden doors and stairs that go nowhere. Sarah Winchester, the widow of gun manufacturer William V. at Winchester, started building in 1884 and gave the command to never stop because she was driven by superstition and paranoia. The house grew into a 7-story tall maze of bizarre architectural features in the 38 years before her demise. The home is open to guests who can explore the 160 surviving rooms despite damage from the 1906 earthquake. 4. Body Ghost Town, California, USA. Body, which was founded in the middle of the 1800s by prospectors drawn by the California Gold Rush, grew into a thriving mining town known for its saloon shootouts, barroom brawls, and fortune-hungry men. But its good fortune was fleeting. By the 1890s, the population had decreased as a result of gold strikes and other locations drawing audiences away. This ghost town, frozen in time, was designated as a National Historical Landmark in the 1960s. Today, visitors, not miners, swarm to this abandoned town to explore its desolate streets and take in its apparent halt of decay. 5. Barosa Cyprus. Time stopped in 1974 for the abandoned Barosa neighborhood of Famagusta City, where decaying classic cars, crumbling high-rise hotels, and storefronts showcasing the newest in 1970s fashion could be seen in this urban museum. The people who lived in Barosa were exiled after the Turkish invasion of Cyprus. Once a favorite hangout for the elite, the buildings have been overtaken by nature, and the only way to see anything is through barbed wire. 6. Ryong Hotel, Pyongyang. North Korea's pride and Pyongyang's skyline are marred by the 105-story shell of the Ryong Hotel, which has remained unfinished, unopened, and unoccupied. In 1987, work on the hotel started, but due to financial difficulties, it was abandoned after 5 years. This abandoned hotel was quickly edited off of official images after it was once proudly featured on North Korean stamps. Although work on the hotel was restarted in 2008 after over 2 decades of neglect, it is debatable if it will ever be finished. 7. San Juan Pangra, Michoacán, Mexico. The church tower stands tall and proud amidst the barren ash and lava terrain, marking the last remnant of the ravaged community of San Juan Pangra, Mexico. Subsequent eruptions of the Paraquetin volcano started in 1943 and gradually covered homes, streets, and places of employment, covering all traces of life with a black shroud of molten rock and ash. Today, visitors lower to this remote ruin can marvel at the altar inside, which is still intact but empty. 8. Kazan, Russia. Boldly rising 75 meters above the waterline, the bell tower of the flooded St. Nicholas Church marks the location of the former Russian town of Kazan. The town was intentionally flooded when the Udlik Reservoir was built in 1939, permanently changing the landscape. Found by the understated beauty of the remaining belfry, boat visitors can explore this enduring landmark of the sunken town.